Hey guys, this is Andy over at I Like to Brew. I'm going to go ahead and apologize up first. I got a bit of a cold, so allergy season here in Texas. So today I'm going to, well tonight actually, it's about 9:30. Tonight I'm going to be brewing a real simple brew, Edwort's Apfelwein. Got the recipe off of homebrewtalk.com, and it's supposed to be really good. Apparently, the thread has been up since about 2006 with the recipe, and since then, about 20,000 gallons have been made from people who are on the website and active brewers. So, figured we would try it out. And this is also going to be my first time really working with iMovie. So, if the effects are a little cheesy, you're just going to have to deal with it because that's all I can do right now. Actually, starting off, this recipe is for 5 gallons. I'm cutting it down just to 1 gallon. It's my first time making it, so I'm going to do 1 gallon and see how it comes out. So, first thing you're going to need, some sort of 1 gallon jug to ferment in. I use these Central Market Organics apple juice jugs because A, the apple juice is awesome, and for $6 or $7 you get the apple juice plus you get the fermenter afterwards. You're going to need a gallon of apple juice. This is what I had. We didn't have the time to go to the Central Market and actually pick up the really good apple juice, so I'm going to try it with mods first. You're going to need some dextrose, or corn sugar, layman's terms. You're going to need some montrachet wine yeast, champagne yeast, and then of course you're going to need a funnel to pour into your fermenter. I'm making a video for YouTube. Oh, let's see what funnels I have. We're going to use a little baby funnel today. Look at that. That is cute. So, the first step that you really want to take care of, and you want to be mindful of this throughout the whole process, is sanitizing. Sanitization is key. You don't want any molds or anything getting into your beer. And everybody that I know that brews uses Star San. You go to your local homebrew shop, your LHBS, pick up a ball of Star San for about $10. I think it says $9.93 on there. You mix in about an ounce or so with a gallon. You mix it in, let it have contact with the surface for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then the surface is sanitized. So what I like to do, I already have the Star San at the bottom of the jug here, and I like to take the hot water, turn it on, and fill up the jug. So you sanitize the jug first, then you have your little bowl here for the rest of your tools and things that are going to be touching your ingredients. Where was I? Sanitation is key. So obviously anything that comes in contact with your fermenter, you want to sanitize, like your rubber stopper, your airlock, even stuff that you would use for other projects. I'm going to actually have some other stuff behind me that I'm going to bottle for a friend. So I went ahead and threw some bottle caps in there. So, first things first, everything is sanitized. We're going to take our funnel, our handy dandy funnel, we're going to set it on top of our fermenter, like so. And then let me see if I can get you guys a better angle of this. Yeah, that's better. Can't see me too well, but yeah. Move that wing capper out of the way. Okay, so you're going to take your gallon of apple juice, open that bad boy up. Probably pour yourself a little glass first, because you're not going to use all of it. I mean, it is going to be roughly a gallon, but why not enjoy it, right? Delicious. It's a quality product. So, this is real simple. You're just going to pour the apple juice in through the sanitized fermenter, funnel, not fermenter. And you're just going to fill this up. And this apple juice smells awesome right now, just to let you guys know. Alright, I'm going to leave. Let's go ahead and do that. You want to leave a little bit of juice in the container, because your next step is going to involve mixing in your dextrose. Okay, the dextrose, the original recipe calls for 2 pounds and 5 gallons of liquid. But of course, we're not going to make 5 gallons, we're only making 1. So it's 2/5 of a pound, which I calculated out is something like 6.4 ounces. So what we're going to do is open up our big bag of dextrose, and we actually have a handy dandy little dietetic scale that we're going to use. Figure how much that weighs. My 1 cup measuring cup weighs roughly 1 ounce. Like exactly 1 ounce. So of course we're going to look for 7.4. Gonna go ahead, take my funnel, put it in my apple juice, drop my 6 ounces of corn sugar in. Word to the wise, make sure your funnel's big enough. That little yellow one didn't want to sift all that corn sugar out. So, now we got our corn sugar in our leftover apple juice. Give it a good shake. Mix it up. Pretty good, eh? And we're going to add the rest of this apple juice to, oh, it smells pretty good. We're going to add the rest of this apple juice to the stuff that's already in the fermenter. Now I'm going to walk over to the sink and do this because there is going to be a little runoff. So, be right back. Okay, we've got all of our apple juice in here. Once again, for anybody watching at home, you want to save just a little bit of apple juice because we're about to add the yeast, and the yeast will like to stick to the sides of this funnel. So you pour the yeast in, and with the montrachet yeast, you don't have to worry about krausen or anything like that. So it's just going to bubble, and you have a lot of room left over. And like I said, this is just stuff from the Star Stand. You don't have to worry about that either. So, here's our montrachet yeast. This is a 5-gram packet, just to let you guys know. And open. Alright. So the yeast is open. And we're just going to pour this right into the little concoction we've made here. Like I said before, you're going to have a little bit that sticks to the side of your funnel, and that's why we saved this apple juice. Be right back. So now, beersmiths and ale winches, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. I don't know if you can see, but I've got some yeast floating around in it. And now we're going to reach into our sanitizing bowl and pull on a rubber stopper and stop this bad boy up. And as you can tell, I'm sticking it in and it wants to come out right now. So that may be a little problem. Obviously, you just wait a few minutes and that'll be okay. And then this nifty little invention is called an airlock. This is a simple 3-piece airlock. You got the main body that you fill up with water. You have the little blow-off tube cover to keep stuff from coming back in, and you got the cap. So what you do is you take a little bit of your Star. I use the Star Sand because it's sanitized. If it gets in there, it's not going to screw anything up. So you take a little bit of that, plop that in, stick your lid on top, and now you got an airlock. Stick that into the hole of your bung, or your bung hole if you want to get a little dirty, and then you're done. Alright, according to Edwort, this does not need secondary fermentation. All you do is let it sit for 6 weeks in room temperature. That's going to be about 74 degrees. Now, after 4 weeks, any kind of stuff floating should fall, separate, clear out. As you can see by the bubbles going on, that the yeast is already doing its work. So, come back in 6 weeks. We'll have some Apfelwein.